Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we are merely role-players, where theatrical people play role-playing games. I'm Matt Boothman, and I'm your compere for this studio production. Here on Merely Role-Players, we improvise stories, for your entertainment and ours. And we use role-playing games to keep the story going places even we can't see coming, because as theatrical people, we're all about maximising the drama. This is the first episode of a new studio production. The studio is where we experiment with new formats, new role-playing games, and new genres of story. In this production we're playing The Andromeda Ward, a game by Chloe Masheter, illustrated by Gerald McDermott, and supplementing our play with the Script Change Consent and Safety Toolbox by Bo Yaga Sheldon. You can find The Andromeda Ward and other games by Chloe Masheter at rollflipdraw.co.uk and the Script Change Toolbox at brebo.com/scriptchange. You don't need to be caught up on anything else we've produced to jump into the Lost Andromeda Ward Christmas special. In fact, all our productions tell a complete story, so if you enjoy this one and you want to try something else we've done, just find any episode with Act 1 in the title and you'll be able to jump in there. In the meantime, please take your seats in the studio. Tonight's production is about to begin. So let's meet the cast for this studio production. Starting with a voice that we haven't heard in a little while. Welcome back to the show, Ellen.
Hello.
Ellen, do you have a favourite series that was cancelled too soon?
The first thing I would think of is Firefly, or the OA, which is something I only recently started watching and then was incredibly disappointed that there wasn't more of it.
I sense that Marta has something to say about the OA, so shall we introduce Marta next?
Anyone would know it. How
So
far
good.
in are you?
I've watched everything that exists.
Oh no, yeah, I would have told it to stop before it was too late.
So upsetting.
Because it ends in the most nerve-wracking cliffhanger I have seen in years, after a show, 2 seasons, of the weirdest shit ever put to television. I mean, these people make Lynch look like your average linear narrator. Like, this show is amazing. I would recommend watching it, except it's really just one of those cases where you need to be psychologically prepared.
There's no closure.
Yeah, to be very disappointed, and there's no closure in the worst way. But yeah, I can't believe you would even know that one. But yeah,
apparently, like Jason Isaacs is campaigning for there to be a final series made, and people are trying to. So
I hope so. It has a very now famous cast. And I don't know if they'll manage. It's just fucking Netflix, you know? It's like Netflix. Yeah. Why do we get Emily in Paris? Is that it? Emily in Paris season 2? But we don't get the OA season 3. I don't understand why.
Straight in with the spicy takes. Welcome back to the show, Marta.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
We last heard you on the first Nova, I believe.
Yes, this is correct.
Do you have a favourite show that got cancelled too soon, or is it just the OA?
Oh, there's quite a few, actually. I know Firefly is the go-to for everyone, but I actually, other than the OA, which was going to be my choice, there was this great comedy called, is it The Bitch in Apartment 23?
Oh, yeah. Don't Trust.
It was good.
Don't Trust. That's the one. Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23. And you know what? I thought it was brilliant. It was a really, really funny show. It also had Dawson's Creek, what's his name?
James Van Der Beek.
Yes, playing a sort of version of himself in a very self-deprecating kind of way. And I just thought it was one of those easy watch but really, really funny comedies that never got a chance. So I wouldn't be... I mean, is it Ritter? What's her name?
Kristen Ritter, yeah.
Kristen Ritter. She's got such bad luck, because this comedy she was great in and it got cancelled, and then she was doing Jessica Jones and that got cancelled, And I'm like, she's the queen of very good shows that get cancelled too early, which makes me sad because I like her. But yeah, that would be my choice.
We heard Helen's voice just there, so welcome back to the show also, Helen.
Hello.
I think we last...
How are you, Matt?
I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
That's all right.
People don't ask you often enough how you're doing. How is your heart today, Matthew?
It's recovering after a series of disheartening tech issues this week.
Okay.
But
okay.
Everything's working all right now. Heart and tech all working
Lovely.
okay.
Great.
I think we last saw you on Vigil Tourist Trap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And do you have a favourite series that was cancelled too soon?
So I've got to say that nothing had come to mind until Marta mentioned Jessica Jones. Does anyone know the status of Luke Cage?
He's probably all right.
I fell into that. I'm very sorry. Okay. I would like to see more of Luke Cage, which, if anybody has seen any of Luke Cage, I'd like to think they'd agree.
I really liked the first half of the first season, and then it sort of switched bad guys, and I was like, actually, I don't care about this dude.
Yeah, it's difficult. I feel like I think maybe what I would like is like some sort of spin-off where we just get a few weeks of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage sorting some shit out.
Yeah.
That happens maybe separate to the timeline, because they clearly have amazing chemistry and a lot has happened between them that isn't in either show. So I'd like to see it.
Chris, we heard your voice there weighing in on Luke Cage. I think we last heard you on Vigil Tourist Trap as well.
Yeah, it's a little Tourist Trap reunion.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. Do you have a favourite series that was cancelled too soon?
I've had a few. Like, everyone jumps for Firefly first, but then Netflix has got a nice habit recently of just finishing my shows with 2-hour movies. So they did, well, they're not just Netflix, just every streaming service is just going, this is how we do it. We'll just do a little film for you. So Deadwood, which is the best show ever made, ever. But they did a good, satisfying thing, a button on the end of it for me. Sense8, they did a little button on the end of it for me. It wasn't very satisfying, but, at least they tried. But recently, Teenage Bounty Hunters got cancelled, and that was absolutely brilliant and hilariously funny, and it deserved more time. But I didn't hear anyone talk about that at the time, so it clearly just no one watched it. It was just like, oh well. But I'll take more of that if they're going to give it.
Strat, you've been waiting there very patiently throughout this discussion. Welcome back to the show.
Hello.
When did we last hear you? Was it Vigil Cold Snap?
No, it would have been the last First Nova.
First Nova, of course, as Val Waldron the Scoundrel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And do you have a favourite series that was cancelled too soon?
Yes. I mean, Firefly, as it said, is the first thing for everybody, but I only discovered Firefly well after it was cancelled. And then I saw Serenity before that. So it all got very confused me. So that one is kind of less of a heartbreak for me. But I think mine are Netflix-based, as most of them appear to be at the moment. They did two really good series of Dirk Gently that I really, really enjoyed. And then they didn't do it again. And I thought it was like it wasn't anything like Douglas Adams' Dirk Gently, but it still felt like how I'd like to think he would have been really pleased with it, because it was just mad and wonderful. And then also they only did one season of Dark Crystal.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That got cancelled as well, and that was a real shame, because that was just beautiful, and I just love like that style of kind of puppetry and stuff, and they really took it to another level. So those were two sad ones to not see again.
Well, we're going to channel all of that nostalgia today into creating a great lost episode of another series that was cancelled too soon. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. The Lost Andromeda Ward Christmas Special, a Merely Roleplayers studio production.
Hi Matt, I saw your message about festive holiday type games. There's a couple that come to mind, but I think we all agree that we might have left it a little bit late to get a recording together for these. So anyway, I'll send you the list anyway. Maybe we can be a bit more organised next year. I don't know. Look, I know you said you'd be happy to just miss the next few weeks, but in case you did want options of something to put out over Christmas, I've transferred you something. It's a bit different, but I think weirdly it still fits our style. So basically, my uncle bought a job lot of cassette tapes at a car boot sale and asked me to digitise them, and this was on one of them. The case said it was meant to be the Beatles, but someone obviously got their tapes mixed up at some point. Bear with it. See what you think. Anyway, yeah, speak to you soon.
Morning, lovies. How are we all? Lovely to see you. Mwah, mwah.
Why do we start this early?
It's for the art. It's for the art.
Art.
Redgrave, you're a bastard. Good to see you again.
Ah, you old sod, come here. Lovely to see you.
Hello. Sorry I'm late. Hello.
Dante, it's been a while.
Yes. How's everyone doing?
Catering has lost it, I think, since we were last here, but,
Did they ever have it?
Well, indeed.
Coffee is only instant, but has everyone got one?
Well, it wasn't instant for me. I had to ask about 5 times for it to turn up.
Well, you got a filter.
I brought my own cup of tea in my recyclable little cup.
Well, good for you.
The environment and all that.
Hetty, darling, how are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I was just having a quick nap on the sofa. They're quite lumpy. Has anyone else got any complaints about the green room that I might have missed?
I mean, we've all got our own trailers, so...
Oh.
I mean, I think it's probably, because with your character and everything, maybe...
It's rather impressive for a radio production, I must say.
Well, it's on my rider. I mean, every Redgrave gets a trailer. I mean, we're essentially born in them.
Right.
You don't have a trailer? I thought everyone had a trailer.
I mean, yes, of course, I have a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
100%.
All of us, yes, definitely massive trailers, definitely for sure.
Enormous. Ensuite, jacuzzi on the
Jacuzzi?
roof. Yeah.
I don't have a jacuzzi. Well, I'm going to have to get on to Julian about that, I think.
I have a guest trailer as well.
You have a guest trailer?
Yeah.
For God's sake.
Of course, yes.
Mine's very understated. You probably wouldn't even notice that it was a trailer. Actually.
Hello. This is the Andromeda Ward Green Room, is it?
Yes? Who are you?
Yes. Riff, you know me. It's
gosh,
Julian
sorry.
from upstairs. Julian Smurmbley.
Julian. Sorry, I didn't notice for a second there. It's done something
Julian.
with doing the thing.
Smurmbley.
I'm so glad to catch you all before Ron turned up. Just wonderful to have you all back and have the gang back together and the show back on the road, as they say. It must go on and all of that. But just before Ron gets here, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update from upstairs from the BBC executive, the Radio 4 executive, that as you know, we're hoping that this new episode will be suitable for airing over the festive period, and this is really I am just the messenger here, so please don't react.
Ron's not going to like it, you know.
I mean, this is why I'm here now and not later. But we really do need a festive drama hit here, and so
oh, for goodness sake,
this episode really must include some festive themes. And I know, as you say, Ron is not going to be keen on the idea. We all know what Ron's like, but unfortunately, that
Julian,
means
darling,
it does fall to you. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. When we say festive, are we trying to be inclusive, or is this the sort of old school definition of the word? Just to be clear.
I honestly don't care about the specifics, and I will leave that up to your own artistic visions. But
Right.
some old miser needs to learn a lesson, or a snowman must be built and melt, or presents must be involved, or a star must be put on a tree, or something to indicate the season. Otherwise, I'm afraid the Andromeda Ward is going to be cancelled. And I'm just the messenger. That's just the word from upstairs, so please don't take it out on me.
That's a fine way to tell us, isn't it? My goodness. Very well. Thank you, Julian.
But I believe in you all, and your ability to continue this wonderful programme.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we'll give them what they want, as we always do, darlings.
Yes. Subtle,
That's
though.
why
Are you wanting subtle? Or...
Sorry, what?
Subtlety. If the listener reads in the Radio Times that this is a festive episode of the Andromeda Ward and then tunes in, they should not be disappointed.
Sure. Okay, got it.
Right. Noted. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Understood the brief. Yes.
Very well. I'll leave you all to it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye,
Thank you,
Julian, darling. See you later.
Cheerio.
Snivelling bureaucratic worm.
Oh, what's
That was completely useless.
Shit.
Does every single programme in the whole world have to be themed around Christmas every time?
I mean, give them what they want, I suppose. Everyone likes a good Christmas special. I mean, there are some big Christmas specials out there, aren't there?
Oh, I suppose. I've just had enough. I've done panto so many years in a row. Christmas has quite lost its joy for me, these days. I'll do my very best. Wouldn't do anything else.
All right, you lot.
Who are you?
You're the devil.
Very good, Redgrave. Very good. Always the Joker.
Funny.
Oh, Ron. Yes, I didn't recognise you. You've done something with your. I mean, with.
I know we've been off the air for a little while, but you all know me. I'm Ron Barnes. I'm the director of the Andromeda Ward. Welcome back to Production Studio.
Hello.
Lovely to be here. Before we get on, Ron, I hear some people's trailers have jacuzzis.
Oh, that's not my shout.
It's not?
No, you got to take that up with production services.
All right. Fair enough. I thought I was going to take it up with Julian. I was going to get him back in here.
Back in here?
I thought maybe you and he could have a word.
Oh, I crossed him in the corridor. I gave him the old shoulder, but we did not exchange words.
I see.
Yes, he wanted to know how the coffee was.
Which is terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, bring all of that stuff to him. I deal with what goes out to the listeners, not what goes on back here backstage. I hope you're all excited to be back recording.
Should be jolly good fun, as always, Ron.
Overjoyed.
I know you've all you've all recorded 6 episodes together already, but we have been away for a little while. So why don't we warm up by just reintroducing each other, reintroducing ourselves to one another. As I said, I am Ron Barnes. I am the director. Shall we start with Riff?
Yes, certainly. Morning, everybody. You all know me. I'm Riff Redgrave. Yes, of those Redgraves. I am playing Bret Buckingham, maverick surgeon, pioneer of bare hand surgery, and expert in incurable diseases. And yes, tragic backstories, all of that. Lost a twin in the accident. Looking forward to season 2 and finding out exactly what that was, by the way, Ron. That'll be good. I don't know if maybe we've got a bit of a teaser in this special, but I really do think we need to get to the meat of that at some point, don't you?
Oh, of course. The audience has expectations, but we mustn't always give them exactly what they want.
No, but I mean, I also want it.
Well, you can push for that, of course, and I have a couple of quick notes for for the recording today for you, Riff. So, of course, Bret, as we know, is a maverick and does not play by the rules. So we need to make sure that we're always communicating that clearly to audience.
Oh, yes.
So, of course, Bret must never enter a room the conventional way through the door. Always exit and enter through windows, vents, smashing through walls. And of course, everybody knows you. Everybody will know you from this programme. But at the moment, some of your other work does have a slightly higher profile. So if you could just please insert some of your old catchphrases into the material, I will leave that to your discretion.
Absolutely. I guess it's time to play some checkers. I mean, you'll all remember that one. That was the one that made me.
Oh, it's the delivery. It's the delivery that gets me every time.
Sorry, is that oh yes, is that the soap opera you were in for like 23 seasons?
Yes.
I remember that vaguely when I was a kid coming back from school and that was on.
It was terribly inspirational, and lots of young up and coming actors such as yourself come up and tell me how much that kind of inspired them. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yet never a game of checkers was played, as far as I can remember. Quite the irony.
Well, that's why he wanted to play checkers so badly.
It was, yeah.
Oh, I missed.
I mean,
you
actually, if you watch the 23 seasons, and I really do implore you to, you'll see that the intensity of that catchphrase just grows as time. I mean, like at the end, like I'm saying the same words, but you may as well be saying, "Why the fuck are we not playing any fucking checkers?" You know
that unfulfilled passion was just completely lost on me. I must have not tuned in well enough.
I mean, it's subtle. I'm known for my subtlety, which is why sometimes it's hard to do this wall breaking stuff. But it's nice to push oneself.
You do it beautifully, darling.
Yes, thank you. Nessa always said the same.
It's a wonderful example of super objective for the character. Writing-wise, it makes absolute sense, yes.
Let's not descend into chit-chat. We are on a schedule today. So, Avril, can you introduce yourself next?
Of course. I'm Avril Sterling-Bow. You all know me. I've missed you lots and lots. I am going to be playing Nancy Kent once again in our lovely production. Nancy is, she's just a porter in the hospital, but she hides a dramatic and unspecified dark past, which she's currently in witness protection for, trying to keep a low profile at the moment. Whether that continues or not, we'll see.
Of course. And a couple of notes for you. I've been listening back to Series 1 in preparation for this, and I've realised something. It's that the audience really doesn't know that something is there in a scene unless we describe it, because we are in an audio medium. So that gives us incredible opportunities for dramatic irony. They don't know something's there, but we do. So keep the audience on their toes, Avril, by revealing things halfway through scenes that were there all along, but the audience didn't know about.
Right. Okay.
Halfway through the scene, refer to a camel that has been there the whole time. A traction engine. The villain of the piece. I'll leave it up to your discretion.
Sorry, is the villain of this piece a traction engine? I hadn't picked that up in the script at all.
No. Those were separate examples.
Oh, right. Sorry.
And Ron, from a writing perspective, is this in the script, or is this are we improvising?
There've been some changes to script since you last got your sides, so I'll be handing those out, and it's radio. We can go script in hand. You'll be all right.
Lovely, thank you.
And Avril, of course, everybody knows you from Old Vic Panto.
Obviously,
you do wonderful work on that stage. So refer to that if you can. Throw in a bit of that slapstick, a bit of that Panto call and response. Just do not make it too Christmassy. We don't want any of that. I know that every other programme's going to be doing it, but our unique selling point on BBC Radio 4 over this period is we are going to be the one programme not partaking in that rank commercialism.
I mean, I agree with you. 100% is... You haven't spoken off topic to Julian this morning at all.
No, as I said, I passed him in corridor, but I did not give him the time of day.
Fine. Nope, that's okay. Noted. Got it.
Next, Judd. Good to see you back on set.
Ron, good to see you, I suppose. Yes.
Introduce your character, if you would, please.
Yes, you all know me. I'm Judd Talisker. I portray Rhys Haplock, radiologist. He has family ties to the management of the hospital, and it gets him all sorts of, gadgetry that can, help out in the weird goings-on in the Andromeda Ward.
Wait, darling, no. Don't. We don't say that word here.
I thought I could say it here.
No, it's like saying
It's like
Macbeth, you mustn't say it at
Whoa,
all.
why are you saying it? Get out now!
Please!
Out, damn spot!
Oh no, I think we've jinxed it.
I don't hold with any of that superstitious nonsense.
It's going to be
darling,
fine.
It's because you've not
There is
felt
such a thing
the
as
effects
tradition.
of it, but very well.
In any case, Judd, I know that you've done a couple of other projects since season 1, and you might have got used to some different techniques, like doing multiple takes, that sort of thing. But we don't hold with any of that here at the BBC. So if you're not happy with how you delivered a line, just
don't worry, Ron. I will give you several reads of the major lines of the piece. So you will have options.
Excellent. That is what I like to hear. And of course, that voice, Judd, that voice that you use in the chocolate advert. Everybody knows that voice. Everybody loves and respects that voice.
Rhys Haplock, radiologist. That voice?
That voice. So if you would, please use that voice for all reads.
100% of the time. Don't you worry about it.
However emotionally inappropriate it might seem. In fact, the more contrast between that read and the emotion of the scene, the more exciting it'll be.
I defer to your expertise, Ron. I'm sure you know best.
Fantastic. Arizona? Been a while.
Dante, darling.
Oh, is that a new affectation?
Oh, yes, it's my nom de plume. As you know, I will be playing our resident writer in the show, and I just, you know how I do things. I just decided to immerse myself in the role. I have spent the last few months doing a creative writing course and sort of taking part in some writing room meetings. Not necessarily invited to them, but you know how it is. You just walk in and pretend you're looking for the toilet. So yes, I am playing SD Nymm, which stands for pseudonym. I thought there was a very funny little pun in the script. They've been living in this hospital for several years. They suspect that something nefarious is going on, and are therefore trying to investigate the situation. Very excited for the opportunity, by the way. Let me just reiterate that. It's always nice to get to work with all of you.
Well, the character was very well received in first series, so of course we were going to get you back. Just a couple of notes, though. Remember, audio drama, what's different between this and that television is there's no fourth wall. The audience feels like you're talking straight to them. So take advantage of that. Talk directly to them whenever you get the chance. Check in with them.
Right.
Ask how their day's been. Offer them a biscuit or half a glass of water. They should really feel like they know you. They should really feel like you're their friend.
I see. Very interesting. Yes, a sort of third-person narrator mixed in with a voice in their head. Yes. I think I can do that.
Along those lines, yes. If you ever make a mistake, they should feel like they are running to the defense of a friend when they defend you. And of course, everybody, Dante will be providing Foley for this recording, helpfully saving the taxpayer from hiring a dedicated Foley artist for this recording.
Yes, I knew that. Yes, of course. All ready to do that. Yes, it will be excellent.
And finally, Hetty, welcome back.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
Fine.
Getting on.
Great.
Terrific. I'm here playing the temp, Jemima Jones. And very excited to be doing so. I've had a variety of roles across the 6 episodes we've done so far, and I'm sure Jemima's going to be just as good fun.
And Hetty, of course, it's up to us to defend the noble ancient art of radio drama and make it relevant for today's audiences. Today's audience is much more used to them films and that telly. So they aren't going to understand anything that's going on unless we describe it to them in those terms. So as we are performing, I would like you, when you are describing what your character does or scenes or anything like that, make sure to describe in exhaustive detail all of the camera techniques that we would be using if this were on telly.
Exhaustive detail.
Yeah, the more technical terms, the better. I want to hear about dolly zooms. I want to hear about fisheye lenses, all of that.
I mean, what you're doing with your sex life is none of my business, but sure, absolutely, on it.
And of course, you are linked to one of the major sponsors for our independent production. So I trust you to find a subtle way to insert that into today's recording.
Absolutely. Everyone's going to keep themselves thoroughly hydrated with the nation's favourite iron brew. Let's hope nobody ends up with orange stains on their scrubs.
Oh, isn't that one of Riff's old catchphrases?
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes. Yes. What's that stain? Yes. That was a good one. That was, yes. I'll remember that one. I'll make good use of that one. It pairs very nicely with "There's no accounting for smell." I think I know the ones I'm going to be using, chaps. It's going to be a barn burner, this one.
But Redgrave, you must do it in that lovely Glasgow accent of yours. It throws me back to my time in the city when I was working in the theatre there. Oh, those were the days.
Well, I suppose anything for you, dear.
Thank you, darling.
Excellent. Now that we are all reacquainted, we can get on that stage and begin with scene 1.
Here we go, guys.
La, 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 la.
Right, so here are all of your revised scripts. The general outline of an episode hasn't changed. As we know, this is the episode where the characters in the Andromeda Ward must deal with hyper-intelligent slimes before top-secret government agents arrive. And at the same time, all-important B-plot of an episode, it's somebody's birthday, and you've got to get everybody in hospital to sign the card by end of day. Everybody clear?
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Quite a few changes to the scripts there.
Improvements to the script.
Did have quite a large monologue in the third scene, and it seems to have disappeared now.
It's probably just moved. Everybody gets a monologue.
Okay.
There seems to have been some sort of mistake here, Ron. I seem to be in the bit where we're faffing around with the card, and I'm not as much in the bit with the slimes.
You know what rules of drama, Judd. All the characters have to engage with at B plot and at A plot.
It's in the
just good
contract,
writing.
I'm afraid.
Yes.
Just so long as I'm in the A plot as well, like just so long.
We'll see how it goes. No script survives contact with that microphone. We can always rewrite on the fly, but I am confident that this script is balanced and perfectly formed, like a well-oiled machine.
I do hope, darling, one day we'll try something a little more avant-garde when it comes to the writing of the show. I think, radio audiences might be susceptible to enjoying it, really. But it's fine to do the classical AB.
We have to walk before we can run.
Yes.
Excellent. Have a flip through them scripts, and then I'll see you on stage.
Lovely.
Thanks, Ron, darling.
Jolly
Regulate,
good.
everybody.
This has been the Lost Andromeda Ward Christmas Special, a studio production from Merely Roleplayers, starring Matt Boothman as Ron Barnes and Julian Smurmbley, Helen Stratton as Hetty Braithwaite playing Jemima Jones, Chris MacLennan as Judd Talisker playing Rhys Haplock, radiologist, Ellen Gould as Avril Sterling Bow playing Nancy Kent, Strat as Riff Redgrave playing Bret Buckingham, and Marta Silva as Arizona Muse, aka Dante, playing SD Nymm. The theme music is by Alexander Pankhurst, and the episode was edited and produced by Matt Boothman. we were playing The Andromeda Ward, a role-playing game by Chloe Mashter, illustrated by Gerald McDermott, and supplemented by the script change toolbox by Bo Yager-Sheldon. Merely Roleplayers is a Foggy Outline production in association with Blackshaw Theatre Company. Until next time, if drama be the food of life, play on!